my buddy Dash for this episode of Double Take. Dave, I just said joined by Dash, but we're joined by Dash
Talking
and
in
Dave.
the third person. That's
The
so
way
weird.
The way you feel.
Boom! British Grand Prix. Welcome everyone. We're at Silverstone. Very, very iconic track today. Fan favorite, racers favorite. Very high speed. Man, this is going to be a good one. So how's everyone doing? Welcome in. Do here have the starting grid. We'll go over it quickly. The race starts in 10 or so minutes. So, of course, no big surprise there. Max Verstappen leading it by a couple tenths. Decent lead there. Now, here is the really big surprise this weekend. The McLarens, Norris and Piastri. And man, not that far off from each other either. Interesting to note as well, the rookie Piastri. He doesn't have all the upgrades. He doesn't have the new rear wing, for instance, that Norris is using. So to be just a shave off his teammate, his more experienced teammate at that. Pretty impressive, got to say. Then we kind of get back to some normalcy in a sense. We have the Ferraris, Leclerc and Sainz in 4th and 5th, and then the two Mercedes in 6th and 7th. And now, a bit of a mix-up again. Here we got Albon. Albon's still showing up, doing well here. He's in 8th. So he's doing the Williams some justice the past couple races. That's pretty cool to see. And Alonso in 9th, and Pierre Gasly in 10th. Going down the order, you have 11th, starting as Hülkenberg. 12th is Stroll. 13th at Ocon, then Sargent. Perez at 15th, not getting out of Q1. This is the 5th weekend in a row he has failed to get to qualifying 3. The rumors swirl so hard around this. Sonoda, again, not doing anything too great there in 16th. Zhu, De Vries, Magnussen, and Bottas there in 20th for... Someone chime in if you remember what they did. I actually... I didn't read into that, but Bottas did get a penalty starting 20th as his time's not there. Dan's in here saying, hi, Dave. How's it going, Dan? And Comicus. Both of you guys with us last night. Thank you for joining today. That was a hell of a night. We started later, went long. Might have went in different directions a few times, but it was fun. I enjoyed it anyways. Waking up was a little rough this morning, but it's all right. Luckily, the race is a little later in the day. I'm not so dragged out and I hate my life. But third coffee. We're on third coffee. We're good. All right. So any predictions on your end today now? I was thinking Russell might do something. Mercedes... he's starting 6th behind the Ferraris. So here's where I'm thinking. Verstappen's going to win this one, barring anything, him spinning out ridiculously, crashing, hardware issues, anything like that. I think it just has a clean race. The McLarens, I don't know, it's race pace as well, right? Ferrari's a prime example in the race. They can come on pole. They can start pole. But they don't ever finish there, especially with Verstappen around, right? Now, McLaren, was that just a freak qualifying pace? Do they have what it takes to do this over the duration of this one? Especially when you have 2 Ferraris right behind you, and right behind them is 2 Mercedes. Like, they are going to be coming after you. So it'll be interesting to see what McLaren does here. That being said, because of that fight, that tussle between basically second to sixth, all those really fast cars, Verstappen's just going to go. He's just going to be gone, doing his thing, clean air, no big deal, saving his tires. 45-second win. Something ridiculous like that. And David's in here as well. How's it going? Our resident F1 fan. Comica saying last night was a good show. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. We kind of talked about everything. I know I went off like on a couple things too. I don't know. It was a good evening. It was a good evening to go on a rant, I suppose. All right, yeah. So that was my prediction anyways. Verstappen's still going to win this. I guess for the rest of it, it really is up in the air. I don't think the McLarens finish in second, third. Piastri is really going to be interesting. So he has never finished this high up the order. But he's been gaining ground week after week, and here he is starting third. Like, wow. So how does he handle that pressure? Norris has been up there before. Not often, though. Not this year especially. So, Leclerc, does he save his tires? Does he do something stupid to Sainz? Ooh, apparently there is a bit of a disagreement in the paddock at Ferrari. So Sainz was supposed to stay behind Leclerc coming out in, I guess, the outlap. And then Sainz said, no, screw that. I can do what I want. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out today. Because they're both going to want to be moving up positions, absolutely. Hamilton and Russell, both Mercs, is their home race, as well as Norris. A lot of home racers here. So, what is home track advantage in this case? It'll be very, very interesting. And even the big names this weekend and practice and qualifying, what have you. You saw Hamilton going into the gravel. He did a nice little 360 and drove out. That was kind of cool. Verstappen smashing his wing coming into the pits. A couple little mistakes there. So, hey, what happens in the race? That will be very interesting. In any case, this seems like it's really lined up. Let's go into the midfield with that, though. Albon's been very impressive, but you have Alonso right behind him. So Alonso's definitely going to make up a spot there. Alpine, they have hit and misses. So who knows? We have a 10th and a 13th. I don't know, with Hülkenberg, Stroll. I think these guys just kind of hang out, maybe move a few positions. It'll be exciting to watch them just race each other, but at the end of the day, not many of them are really going to be fighting for the points. Perez, however, he's got a lot to really prove today after a fifth straight poor qualifying. Starting in 15th, I think he does move it up. If I was to guess, to be Albon 10th, and then you have Perez in 9th. Unless, like, the McLarens just don't have it and they drop back. And Perez can take up Piastri or what have you. We'll see how much Perez really has in the tank, what he can pull off here. And then the rest of them, meh. That's that from that point, I think. Again, very exciting through the midfield. Just because they'll jockey for positions. But this weekend, I'm saying it's all between second and sixth. That's going to be really exciting. Or seventh, sorry. Second and seventh. So they threw in the commentary. I don't know if you guys do have the official F1 stream coming on here. They put in a Canadian Indy driver as a commentator this weekend. Find that very interesting that that's what they chose, trying to diversify. I think perhaps this is just me guessing, spitballing. I think to get the Americans, the North American crowd in, they don't always like hearing that British accent. they want to hear an American accent. And yes, Canadian, and there's a difference. I can tell it, at least. I don't know if you guys can, but it's a lot more digestible for a lot of viewers. It just is what it is, right? You rather hear somebody commentate in your native tongue and accent. So the formation lap has started here, warming up the tires. See some medium all tires. Okay, and let's bring this up for you. Okay, the live timings, they are up. No, I had a better one. Is this one? Is this the one? That's the one we like. Is this the one we like? Let's go with this. Let us know if that works for you or not. If you want me bigger or you want the screen bigger, you can let me know. Whatever you guys want, we'll change it up. So, what do we have here? Fastest pit stop in this season was Red Bull at 2.07 seconds at Spain. Random stat pulling up there for you. Already all over the radios they're going. Yeah, just setting up their cars, feeling it out a little bit. Stroll getting told to scrub the fronts in the low speed, scrub in turn 7, make some space. Launch feedback for Lando. It's target +1. So they just give them little data points there as they're feeling out the grid. Feeling out the car, sorry. It's coming through the chicane right now. Almost ready to line up. The anticipation, guys. Again, you know, guys haven't given me your predictions. Who you think has this? Who's your podium today? I've skirted around it so much too. I've just kind of overall given an idea. An interesting, Perez is still second in the championship. Alonso not too far behind though, so that'll be interesting. Currently, Red Bull, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Ferrari. Aston Martin, Ferrari, very close, 3 points. And then again, Ferrari, if they start putting points up here, McLaren can get into the mix even. That's what's exciting. So let's go. Let's go for Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell. Let's see. I think Hamilton's going to try hard today. I think he believes it's his home Grand Prix more than anyone else's because he's the oldest English driver out on the grid. Maybe he's got that whole, like, this is really mine. And saw him last weekend being a little annoying about things. But here are the lights, the countdown. And we're off. Here's the launch. Good start by the McLarens. Oh, Verstappen's overtaken. Norris is in first right off the launch. Wow, that's amazing. No, already. And somebody's off. Hamilton already off the track. Tons of people off the track. Oh, man. See, Hamilton already making a mistake in 8th place already. 9th. So Piastri's in 3rd, right behind Verstappen, trying to give it to him, the rookie and the champion. Piastri trying to go outside, putting pressure on early. No DRS for the first couple laps. And oh my, Norris is pulling away. And Piastri, these McLarens are quick. What's going on? Oh, and Verstappen locks up. He's feeling the pressure. This is the first time he's had to race all season. This is amazing. He's becoming a McLaren fan right now. Does Norris hold on? Man, he needs to make a gap if he can before that DRS locks in, because Verstappen is back in line, pulling it off. And apparently a touch of rain might be in the atmosphere. So we'll see how that develops as well. strategy will really come in as well when it starts raining. But man, Norris looks so good coming into that final turn and launching into the straight. Oh, all right. So Norris leads the first lap. How exciting is that? Right up, man. That's so exciting. Love it. So we have Norris, Verstappen, Piastri, Leclerc, Russell's overtaken Sainz, Alonso in 7th now, Hamilton, Gasly, Albon. Perez in 16th, back into 15th. So this is the first time Verstappen outside of Miami really has had to be fighting for a position. Yes, pit stops, whatever, he's come out behind last weekend, for example, but never really had to fight for that position back. Just the fresher tires against the older tires, the Ferraris in that case, right? So Verstappen, he's got his race on, so he's just outside the 1 second. So if it sticks, if Norris can keep just ahead, Norris will be too far ahead for Verstappen to have DRS, and Piastri is 8/10, meaning he would on Verstappen. McLaren can stick it. Man, if McLaren can pull this off, especially with that rookie. Oh, man. Oh, man. Could you imagine? Oh, and that's interesting. Yeah, so the McLaren, I don't know, if this is still true with their upgrades, but pre-upgrades anyways, they were iffy on the colder tracks. So I wonder if that's improved now as the cloud cover. It's England. It's not super hot there. Not compared to some of these other races that we do, right? Oh, and yeah, Piastri actually had a good start as well, and almost had a chance on Verstappen early with Norris. Man, what a good start for the McLarens. So Norris still holding on. This is good, coming in for a DRS zone hopefully soon. We'll see how this pans out once that opens up. Yeah, Max just lazy on the clutch, perhaps? Wow, I don't know. They just keep on showing that launch of Norris, and it was just amazing. He just nailed it. Perfect. Max was lazy on the clutch. Or something wrong with the car. I don't know. But it holds for now. Leclerc, 4th currently. Just outside the DRS as well. Verstappen, half a second. So Verstappen is now starting to push, making sure he stays in that DRS zone when it opens up. And that's dangerous because the Red Bull's DRS is deadly. Absolutely deadly. And David's saying the Red Bulls always somehow get slower off the line. Yeah, it was just it must be how their clutch is designed. I don't know how McLaren was just that much better, and DRS is enabled. So here we go. Verstappen, I think, is going to take Norris at this point. Unfortunately, Norris cannot stretch it out long enough. But Piastri also went to DRS. Leclerc in 4th is not. Russell behind him in 5th is, but Sainz as well as is Alonso and Hamilton, and Gasly going into 9th place. DRS train in place. 11th down to 20th as well as a DRS train. So it's going to get fun. Here's Norris leading another lap. Pressure right on him. Still half a second. And a lot of these are just straight out. There's a couple slow turns, but then it's just like straight out. 4/10. Oh, yeah. Verstappen is starting to make the close in. And here he is. Just an easy takeover. And that really isn't a surprise with how the DRS works on that Red Bull. Does he have enough to fight? Can Norris hand it to him? But the McLarens are looking good. If they can keep this up, if they don't screw this up and can keep their pace, McLaren are up for a 2-3 finish here. And that would be Piastri's first podium. Russell gets a fastest sector 1. He's back in 5th now, behind Leclerc and closing in. Oh, and Leclerc's starting to defend now. Russell's taking it to him. We'll see. Where's Hamilton now? He's in 8th. He's pushing on Alonso. So the Mercs might be going quicker than the Ferraris here now. Look, Leclerc still just not looking dialed in again. Oh, could be a rough day for the Ferraris, perhaps. Russell saying, if that's not moving under bring, I don't know what is. Yeah, that was a little interesting from Leclerc on that defense. Hamilton trying to take to Alonso now. So Leclerc just does not have the pace. Russell looking great. Hamilton picking it up after a bad start. If they start making the overtakes on the Ferraris, then it's what does the McLarens do? Can they continue to hold that off? Because Merc is looking really good right now, really quick. Didn't look great throughout the weekend so far, but maybe something's changed. Nurse on the radio. Oscar's been told to hold position. He's holding position. Okay, we go together. So, playing the team game. They honestly, to be in this position, they absolutely have to play the team game. If one of them tries to get selfish with it, they'll probably both lose out because they have faster cars. Like more capable cars are behind them. And Leclerc's pulling further away from Piastri anyway, so 3 seconds back. But interesting, Russell not really closing in on Leclerc either. Okay, and Hamilton's getting passed now by... Yeah, Hamilton started passing Alonso. So he's in 7th. There's the Mercs moving up. 2.3 seconds behind Sainz now. Sainz on the DRS of Russell. And David loves seeing Hamilton and Alonso fight the old man club. Yeah. Ooh, there's Perez overtaken. Magnussen. So it's, I don't know. Does anybody else get confused between Magnussen and Hulkenberg? I always get the mix up personally. I interchange both their names. I'm bad for that one. But Perez is making spots nonetheless. He is in 13th. So that's 2 spots to the good now. De Vries and Hulk have made a bit of contact. Oh, he lost his left end plate. Well, Haas again. Never a break. Can never get a break there. So Hulkenberg coming to the pits now. But I think he's just going to slap on hards and try to go the rest of the race with them. get the new wing. Verstappen saying car's pulling a bit weird and saying, yep, wind is fairly variable. So they're claiming it the wind. The telemetry must give them data points that let them know that is a wind thing. Yeah, their sensors are say fair. They're extremely sophisticated. Them saying, yeah, their helmets look similar too. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things, right? So, Piastri keeping nice to his teammate there. Norris within DRS still on Verstappen. Leclerc pulling away, or not pulling away, dropping back, sorry, with Russell's just taking half a second back. And then Sainz just holding 1.1 seconds back from Russell. Then Hamilton. Hamilton making up a tenth or so. Does he have what it takes now to close in? It's only 9 laps in, 52 of the 52. It's going to be tires. I think this top 6 to 8, it's going to be about I think the tires, the race strategy, they're all about the same speed of each other. It's going to be a good fight to the end. Norris has slowed a little way from Verstappen. So if he's just like staying in there, Verstappen's not really making that large gap. So Norris is racing. Love to see this. Verstappen is vulnerable. It's still going to be a mountain to climb to try to take him on and then hold that position. But Verstappen is vulnerable for once. I love it. Leclerc, though, on the defense from Russell again. How do they manage their tires through the race? Especially when they're defending all the time. This is not really the position Ferrari would want to be in, jockeying for those positions. I originally thought that they would take the McLarens, that they wouldn't have the race pace, but I am mistaken. Whatever their upgrades have offered is good so far, at least on this track in these conditions. So Perez now moving up into 12th. Ocon's in the pits. And he's retired. Ocon out. That's too bad. And reliability has been really good this year. So David St. Perez also very slow. He's not as fast as you would like. I wouldn't necessarily say he's slow. He's gonna take Stroll. Probably take Albon. He might grab a point or two, Gasly. I'm giving him a 9th. Not great. But you can also say Verstappen isn't very quick, right? They're not what you would expect. And the discussion before this, okay, Verstappen's on the radio here. Lightest rain in 2 to 3 minutes. Similar to Q2, so a bit of rain. It's not going to be heavy, so it's really going to depend on what really comes down at this point. It seems like it's borderline. It might be a slick, it might be an intermediate. And that really, how fast are the pit changes? Does a Ferrari double stack take 9 seconds to accomplish? That kind of stuff. Norris is now 1.5 seconds back, so he slowed down a bit. I have all the puppies coming into the room now. All the puppies. They like it down here because it's cool and they just like hanging out. So, David's saying Russell's the fastest car on track right now. I've always liked Russell. I've liked him in terms of the Mercs. Apparently he's viewed. I just watched a video of an upcoming content creator. It's actually got some pretty good videos. But apparently he's this whole villain persona right now. And I don't know if that's an English bias or if you see that in Germany. The people I hang out with typically don't like Hamilton. But there's a ton of fanboys. They're like Ronaldo fanboys. Like, you know the type. Yeah, Norris just is not holding on to that. And I think Verstappen's gone with this one now. Crazy. Okay. I mean, okay, so Raiders saying that it's gonna miss, but then Russell's like, no, there's drops on my visor. So still very tentative if it's gonna do anything. Yeah, it does look like it's going around by the weather radar. It might be just enough. And you've still got a ways to go here, right? Another cloud can come through and change things up as well. Russell's still trying to hold on to Leclerc, who's just fallen away from Piastri even. Like Leclerc can't take it to a McLaren, a rookie in a McLaren. What? Oh, Perez makes another move on Stroll. There it is. Like I said. Norris saying plan A, can we make it work? And he says, yeah. So that's probably, I don't know, whatever that plan A is. Does that go on hards? They go one stop on this. It's going to kind of depend on weather as well. But barring the weather, I guess plan A is don't put on the intermediates. Kind of just go with the original strategy there. Bones coming in saying, what's up? What's going on, Bones? David saying there is definitely British bias towards Hamilton. To be honest, if I haven't became a fan of him in 07, I would not have liked him either. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. And I think there's a lot of fans like that were OG Hamilton fans. And now they're just like, oh, just shut up and drive. Kind of like Toto said last week, right? Just shut up and drive. Russell, Russell's on old softs. He has 3 laps on softs that he started with. Must have been his qualifying set, or maybe a practice set. I don't know, but so what they used. So Verstappen saying Wiz making it difficult to drive at the moment. So he is actually struggling a little bit in that Red Bull. Something with the aerodynamics, maybe a bit of a crosswind coming through can mess things up. Does that affect any of the other cars? A lot of the other cars are working in dirty air as well because they're all stacked up on each other, right? Verstappen's the only one really in the clean air. Leclerc still holding off Russell here. I wonder because and Russell did just twitch the tires, staying in that dirty air, trying to get an overtake. Tire strategy again. This is going to be a long game, I think. Leclerc's not just going to give this position up. At this pace, it looks like fourth is the best they can do. He's still just dropping off Piastri. It's just interesting because Sainz and Hamilton are split off from Russell and Leclerc. Again, Russell, I think he is becoming the faster driver of the two. Maybe not every weekend, but I think it's getting to that point. So Bones with the question. So for F1, do people usually follow the team or the drivers? So there's definitely that like the Ronaldo factor. So the big ones right now are going to be Hamilton and Verstappen. Now, it also goes down to, just like David was saying, he became a Hamilton fan in 2007 when he was just coming up. Okay, Verstappen saying light drizzle. Yeah, so you have these guys that love a driver. Me personally, there's not one individual driver that I love. I do like Alonso. If I had to pick a driver, I like Alonso, but that's because he's just an old, grumpy Spaniard that just likes to fight and race. He's got the grinta, right? And he's doing well in Aston Martin. Still, they don't even have their own wind tunnel yet. That's coming online this year. So doing well on not the greatest car. But generally speaking, it is regional, right? So Italy, for the most part, is all Ferrari. I listened to a podcast that had a German on there. Apparently, they more go to the driver than one team, even though Mercedes is technically the German team, still based in England, but the brand is Mercedes, you know. So, yeah, it does kind of depend. David's saying the Ferraris are quite quick on the straight, very difficult to pass, and the tires start to lose the performance. Yeah, one of their saving grace is that a lot of these turns are just kind of like bent straights. Yeah, there are a few slower turns, absolutely, but a good chunk of them are pretty high speed. And then David saying, but I was a Hamilton fan because I was a McLaren fan way before him. Yeah, and you do sometimes just like Dybala, right? You have the Dybala fans, right? Because they were attached to one of your team. Oh, Russell defending again. Russell keeping it tight. Every time you make a move and fail, you do slow down a little bit and have to regain that time again. And Perez in 10th, passing Albon. So there you go. 2 seconds behind Gasly. I think he's got that. Like, 9th. He should be happy. I don't know. Should he be happy at 9th? Considering his poor performance and who's in front of him. So the show in the past. Yeah, just coming down the straight. But again, the tires. We're only 17 laps in. We're all on, well, not all, but mostly on mediums. Got a couple softs and, of course, a couple hards. Ocon out. So 19 racers still in it. Yeah, so Russell bumped up a bit. And I failed to really notice here. My apologies. Russell is on softs and has failed to overtake Leclerc on the mediums at this point. So Leclerc technically is faster in a sense. He is ahead, obviously holding position, but the fact that he's holding that on the harder compound, that definitely plays to Leclerc's advantage there, as well as Sainz. He's 2 seconds back, but also on the mediums. That makes a difference. It makes a huge difference. The softer compound, especially, like, it could be the difference of going completely all out in some of these turns, these high-speed turns, or taking your foot off the throttle a little bit and losing that 1/10 of a second or so. And lap after lap doing that doesn't take long to add up, and then Buddy's in DRS, and there you go. And he has, okay, signs on the radio. We are thinking plan B. What was plan B, Ricci? I forgot. I'll let you know. Because he can't say, because the radios are public, everyone can hear. So that's not a good look if Sainz forgot plan B. So also of note again, Russell, 3 extra laps on those softs. So he currently has 20 laps on him. This is about the time, or he might be losing some grip. Now Leclerc's getting a box. First to pit. Has Ferrari burnt through their mediums? Interesting. Okay. So was that hards? I believe I saw the hards go on there. So interesting strategy. Let's see if it works out. He does have the hards on, yes. So that's a 1 stop. Russell might be on a 2 stop right now. 32 or so laps on hards. Very reasonable. So Leclerc comes out in 12th currently. So that's not a big deal right now. He's in a bit of clean air. He's going to be coming up on Albon, though. So he hopes everyone starts rolling to the pits. He can get some clean air and make up some speed. Of course, hards. He needs a lap or 2 to warm those tires up as well. So let's give some credit to the race engineer. Maybe they know what's up. Okay, for Sab saying, I saw Ferrari pit. I guess we stick to our strategy. Yes, no concern for the moment. Yeah, Max is chill. 4 seconds ahead. Nobody going for pits just yet, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe those tires are starting to wear a little bit, and they're just like, yeah, let's slap on those hards, and we'll just cruise. We'll cruise. Let everyone get in the pits. Signs, obviously, they mentioned plan B, which we don't know because Signs doesn't know. Oh, that's fun. So he's 3 seconds back from Russell. Russell 5 from Piastri. Everyone's just settled in right now. Gasly pushing on Alonso, though. Alonso not being super quick again this weekend. Stroll not doing anything. Okay, so they have the prediction now on the pit, so it looks like Leclerc still comes out ahead. Norris saying he's happy with his pace. They want to maintain. Beauty. He's loving it. McLarens are feeling good out there. Okay, David with more insight. They don't like the Mercedes team here in Germany. For them, it's just an English team with a Mercedes badge. It is. Let's be honest. Toto Wolff, though, being the team principal CEO, he brings a lot of German to that team. It's a very English-German team, but yes, it's not a German team. Whereas Ferrari pretty much is. And they actually don't even have, they fired their Italian team principal and they actually have a Swiss one now. But like, that's still just almost Italy, right? So it's the German Italy. And then he goes on to say the German fans are dumb. They were Ferrari fans just because of Schumacher, of course. And they root so much against Hamilton because he may break all his records, which is why they go towards Verstappen now. And Verstappen, is there a connection there with the Dutch, perhaps? Being, you like the Dutch more than the English? And then he continues again. But they will turn on Verstappen as well if he gets close to Schumacher's records. Okay. Good insight coming in from Germany. Being in Canada, anybody that watches the European sports or the European-centric sports, let's say, will tend to bias towards the English teams as well, or players. We are part of the Commonwealth, so maybe there's part of that. There's, the language commonality. Easier access to that coverage. So Verstappen making it a 5-second gap. Easy peasy. Yeah, Leclerc still stuck there. Russell still on softs. And they're wondering, though, Russell and Leclerc, if it's going to be an overtake there with the lap or with the pit stop. And perhaps Russell can come out ahead. Yeah, Leclerc's getting slower. Yeah, Leclerc's got to find some pace there if he wants to maintain some points here and start making some ground against Mercedes. Come on. The Mercs might be faster today. This is the Ferrari tire degradation, Like, come on. I thought they had this figured, but maybe not. Who knows? Verstappen currently holding fastest lap. He's just going to get all the points again. Dave's saying, no, the Germans hate the Dutch even more than the British. That's why soon they will turn on Verstappen too. They are just protected of the record. So why is that? Well, am I missing something there? Just got a message from Monchi's men there. Messaged him this morning. So it's probably nothing. But there was a link with El Nassiri from Sevilla. So, like, hey, there's a rumor. You're willing to make a video about this if it gets big. So I think nothing. I don't think it's a thing at all, but we'll see. I believe it was Gazzetta dello Sport. So it was a pretty horrible source. And Verstappen just pulling away. So maybe not my 45-second prediction as I originally thought, but he's definitely going to win by a lot. By way too much. Leclerc's finally, I think his tires finally fired up here. He's going to start pushing on to Stroll soon. Hamilton, though, closing in on Sainz now. Now, I just don't think Leclerc has it. Or sorry, the Ferraris. I think they're more going to do a 5-6 at this point. Not great. Not great. But still, just over half the race yet to come. Yeah, Leclerc's now in the DRS of Stroll. So hopefully we see this happen pretty quick. And then he'll be on Albon. And Perez in 9th, as predicted. Hanging out there, just hanging out in 9th. And yeah, Ferrari, this pit. I don't know. I don't know if this was a good call. Maybe they overestimated. Norris says he's still happy with what he has. He seems kind of annoyed that he's being asked about it. Still pulling away, but comfortably in second. Both McLarens in that second, third, just so comfortable. McLaren was written off at the beginning of the season here. Schumacher is one of the greatest athletes to come out of Germany. He's basically a god here, and they shit on everything that comes close to him and the records. He is pretty iconic. I mean, he's one of those names. I never watched this as a kid, but I knew about Schumacher. All the sports that I love to watch now, my main sports like football, F1, I had to figure that out myself. Nobody in my family ever watched this stuff. And Stroll's overtaken by Leclerc. No problem. Leclerc's back into 11th. Easy. So he has 3 seconds back from Albon. Yeah, and these guys have to pit as well at some point. It's going to be Russell where he comes out with them. I still haven't seen that Schumacher documentary either. I really got to get on that. My wife doesn't watch sports, but she likes sports documentaries. So I can probably swing that on her. Stopping at 7 seconds. Maybe we will get to 45 seconds by the end of this one. Yeah, Leclerc's still making up some pace. Can Gasly get any points with the retirement of Ocon? I wonder how Gasly can pull through and put some points up for Alpine here. Keep keep the fight going in the midfield. He never liked Schumacher. Didn't like all the cheaty stuff he did. See, and that's stuff that doesn't get talked about, and why I need to do some homework on him. Even if I was watching back then, I was so young that I would have been oblivious to all of it. So Leclerc, Sainz is in the pits here now. And he's getting the hards. So another one-stop strategy it's looking like. But that's a long go for Leclerc compared. I think an extra 5 laps it was. Sainz coming out at 12th now. Stroll might have to get passed by another Ferrari here, 4 seconds back. 8. He's got 8 laps on the hards already, Leclerc. Russell with 29 laps on soft. See, that's so interesting. So if they can push these softs, I mean, there's only half the race left. Max just got another fastest lap. But I mean, they can go on to mediums and do a one stop at this point. I think the Mercs have this one over the Ferraris today. As much as I hate it, but I think that's the way she's going to be. It might look a bit like how it is Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, Russell, Hamilton, and then Leclerc, Sainz after that. Or maybe like Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Sainz. That's likely. I'm going that. At this point, that's what I'm going with. But we'll see. Engine's working hard on this track. One might just catch on fire for, well, depending who you root for, if we're lucky or not. No, they never tell you the part that you won 2 championships because it purposely crashed into the championship contender. Yeah, that's insane, right? To just crash into people. Back then, the cars were not nearly as safe as they are now either. Like they're insane. I don't think so. Dave was saying, the Mercs over the Ferraris definitely, but what I'm fascinated about is if they can challenge the McLarens. I don't think they could, but we'll see. McLarens are looking great. Russell's in the pits though now, finally getting off those softs. Let me see some mediums. They are putting on mediums. Slow, 3.9 seconds. That's slow. So Leclerc will benefit. Let's see what happens here. Leclerc's moving up as people are in the pits. And Leclerc does have 2 seconds on Russell. But now Russell is on medium and Leclerc's on hards. 9 laps on those hards as well. The strategy, I don't think worked out in this case. Okay, McLaren's coming in for pit. I'm going for softs here. Piastri coming in as well, so a bit of a double stack. Ooh, this could. Let's see how Piastri handles this as well. New compounds. He should be getting softs. Oh, hard to tell from that angle. 2.4 seconds, though. Decent. So Piastri coming out. And Sainz getting a fastest lap now. On hards. Decent. I don't think that's going to stick. A 131.945. There's definitely time to be made there. Probably by Max when he eventually comes in for softs, I'm going to say. And Sainz does take Stroll 10th place. So Russell within a second of Leclerc, now less into DRS zone. So I think Russell does have Leclerc today easy. Man, another mistake by Ferrari. Frustrating. Yeah. See how long this takes. Hamilton is a bit slower than Sainz still, though. Verstappen 9 seconds ahead. Stretching that out. Oh, and now Russell pulls off a fastest lap. Getting that DRS toe, though, from Leclerc right now. Rain hasn't come in. Now Perez fastest lap. Because he's now out on softs. Back into 12th place. Russell for the overtake. Leclerc defends, and he has defended well today. But Russell taking the outside, gets it. Yeah. Now I'll see if Leclerc on those hards can stay within DRS and maybe fight for it. We'll see. A bit of a slip on the fight. Well, he's still in the zone. It's not over yet, but we have to see what these hards can pull off. Piastri just takes Gasly, comes back into 5th. Okay, Gasly's coming into the pit, so that's probably why there was an easy pass there. Ferrari's in 9th, 10th now. Okay, so here's the pit. Softs going on. Stroll coming in as well. So everyone's starting to make those stops. Verstappen just always taking such good care. It's amazing how good care he takes of those tires as he's still just rolling out there. No big deal, making speed, making up time. So 20 laps left. So Perez holding the fastest lap, back into 10th. Behind the Ferraris now, though. Does Perez pull something back here, going with softs? Oh, and there's a Haas on fire. There are flames. Kevin Magnussen out of the race. So it's a safety car, full safety car. I'm pretty sure car dead on the track. No, it's a virtual safety car at the moment. So plus 9 second time lost. So should Ferrari come in, slap on the softs, and give her shit? 19 laps. Be a bit less, right? Because the safety cars, right? Yeah, Ferrari's in the pit. It's Leclerc, yep. And let's see what we get. Those are yellow walls. They're putting mediums. Oh, a bit of an infringement there with Albon. Bad release. Oh, man. Okay, so Ferrari, they're screwing Leclerc over. They just are. That's bad. Hamilton's told to come in. Does Verstappen not just come in at this point, too? Like, why not? Yeah, Verstappen's getting told to box. It is full safety car now. So there you go. And you know what? This worked out last weekend as well. Where, because nothing really happens through a safety car, I can just like chill out. And I'll just do my old man boomer break and I'll be back in a sec. All right, I'm back. Slides on the radio. That's a long one. Waiting for a call. All right, they're told to stay out. Clerk in 10th, assigns in 7th. Leclerc, though, had a fair bit more on those hards. They just didn't think that the softs had it. Because, again, safety car, right? So you're looking at 15, 16 laps. They can't pull off softs for that long. Yeah, and Dave's saying everyone that already came will be screwed over. Of course, yeah. It's so frustrating. You have to be frustrated for Ferrari just making these calls sometimes. Leclerc getting screwed. Oh, they're showing the fire again. It's always cool to see like a nice actual flames coming out of things, all right? Nice controlled, though. Everyone's fine. Oh, they got the onboard. Yeah, the engine just gave up. But he got out pretty quickly. He's fine. He's just like, another day in the office. Now, of course, I did mention reliability has been great, but we're getting into about that halfway part of the season. Components are starting to wear down, as we see. The car is still on fire there at the side of the road. More team radio. They're just trying to figure out who's on what at the moment. Who boxed, who's on tires, which tires. So this might be a bit of a longer one now because I think he died in kind of an inopportune area to be recovered. Norris's helmet, though, he said he was a fan of the chrome, but his helmet now is all chromed out, but with all the Google Chrome colors. It's interesting. And it does make sense if you call, like, Google Chrome never had a Chrome accent to it. It never really made a whole lot of sense. But in that sense, he did go with Chrome. Looks all right. So 17 laps, still under safety car. W adverts for Google, though? What do you mean W adverts? Like Williams? And that's the other thing. They have Hulkenberg and Magnussen's name now together, and it takes exactly the same length. It's the same amount of numbers. 1, 2. No, 9 letters versus 10 letters, but it takes up the same space. So the safety car is going to mix things up a bit. Who got the advantage? Who didn't? Did Leclerc get screwed? Do those mediums going to give him enough? I still don't know why he's not on softs. Yeah, showing the The Russell takeover from Leclerc there. All right, get some questions. Let's get some stuff here because it's a safety car. We need some excitement. Okay, saying OW has like a win. Okay. No, the adverts for Google on Norris helmet and McLaren's car is so pronounced and good for the team. I mean, the only people that you really have to convert are probably the people that are using Opera on Mac because they just leave the default, or those grandmas that still use Edge. Maybe Apple people will watch F1 now with their new movie coming out. And they're filming. There you go. Apple's filming this weekend at Silverstone. Maybe that's why they went with the pronounced Google stuff, because they're like, screw you, Apple. The other thing to note, of course, here, everyone starts pretty much right behind each other again now. Could get extremely interesting once it restarts, especially those on the new tires who took advantage of that pit. And it's essentially a sprint race at this point. So you just get on full attack with hopefully your fresh tires and you just go. And if you're on the old ones, then hold on. Defend. And Max, of course, it's on soft. Like those softs are going to let him pull away. Oh, and Hamilton is behind Norris on softs now. Yeah, the whole order is completely mixed up. Yep. It's just bad. It's bad for Ferrari. Might be bad for McLaren. Good for Mercedes. Did work out for Verstappen. Perez sitting in 8th now. Yeah, a lot of potential points lost, though, for a couple teams here. Still going along here, though, the safety car. It is really, I hate when they drag on. I just want to race. Okay, a couple of sectors that have been cleared. Yes, the recovery vehicle has vacated. I expect safety car. Well, there's still the cleanup as well. So that might take another lap or two. So I'm saying we are status 4 until the end. Yeah. I will push, guys. Yeah, so basically what they're saying is you just push because you kind of got screwed over. So push. So now this down is the 38th lap. 14. So there might be what? No, it's less than a sprint, really, at this point when we restart. It will just be full push. You'll have decent tires on. You'll have to burn that excess fuel that you haven't really been burning. Safety car is ending. So we will restart with 13 laps to go. Leclerc and Ted, my lord. Florence Pugh, actor in the McLaren's paddock. Cool. Does anybody care about that? think we're here for the race. Let's go. Just a little while now. We'll get this going. I'm anxious. I always wanted. I just want to go. Okay, safety car in this lap. Yes, we know. Let's go. Let's go. Leclerc's got to start bombing down. If Perez finishes ahead of Leclerc this weekend, speechless. Absolutely speechless. But anyways. And almost. Max holding still. There is the green car. Here we go. Race is on, and he just pulls away. That's the advantage when he can restart. And he's going to push away with those soft tires. DRS not going to be on again for another lap or two. Yeah, those hards going to take a while to go. The sauce will be firing up right away. Hamilton right on him, though. Right on Norris. Man, I really don't want Hamilton to get up there. Defending. Holding off. Hamilton coming in tight. Doesn't do. He has to pull off. Good on Norris. Verstappen already 2 seconds ahead. He's pulled off, as we knew, but doesn't get it. Oh, and now he loses as he slips a little bit on that curb. Norris making some space now off that. Well done by Norris. So, again, Verstappen, he's just going to be off in the wind. Everyone else, though, they have a bit of a fight on him. Yeah, and that is because Norris is on the hards. Of course, Verstappen gets a fastest lap at 1:30. I knew there was a lot of time to be made up there. Absolutely nuts. But that's the problem, right? Everyone else behind Max is so close together that he's just allowed to go off in the wind. It's 12 laps. Tires are warmed up now. DRS will be turning on. We'll be back to full speed. It's going to be the big battle, really. Second and third here. Hamilton coming in on the inside. No, doesn't make it. It is so tight. Norris holding on. Oh, man. No. Norris holds on. Amazing. Race control. Third 15 incident involving Stroll. Noted, leaving the track and gaining an advantage. We're also saying that McLaren is so quick on those hards. Impressive. And again, that's Piastri, the rookie. Also on DRS with Hamilton. So the train is in place. Sainz, though, not within DRS of Alonso. Sauce versus hards, though, of course. And Dave saying, "In what a battle!" Yeah, this is good. I really want Norris to come ahead. So good to see some of these other, not so big teams really battle it out. That and I love to hate Hamilton. You have to pick somebody to go against, right? Well, everyone's keeping tight. Stroll outside of Gasly gets pushed off. Yeah, okay, so that was the incident. So yeah, he got pushed to the outside, went over the curb, but still passed. I don't know. He got pushed as well. So see what the stewards say there. Stroll for the time being in 11th. So Perez pushing on to Sainz again. Sauce versus hard. But then Sainz on hards and Sainz between two softs. Just unlucky with the safety car. Ferrari just not locking it in. But Piastri holding off Russell on hards versus mediums. But you see all the English guys, really. The guys fighting for English teams. Piastri, being Australian. Verstappen not liking the softs. Interesting. He still has the fastest lap. So it makes you wonder what he complains about. Is it just to throw people off? Is it because nothing else is going on? So he's just picky? Just talks for the sake of it? Who knows? So Hamilton still pushing on to Norris here. 7/10 back. Doesn't seem to really get on there, though. So I wonder, McLaren stating not good in terms of tire temperatures on colder tracks. Using hard tires on a coldish track, relatively speaking. They must have fixed something. they clearly fixed something here. Or maybe just the high speeds keep the temperatures in it. Otherwise, Sainz still on Alonso and Perez still on Sainz. Albon on Perez, then Leclerc on there. With Stroll leading or trailing. Leading at the back in 11th of that DRS trade. No, it actually continues down with Gasly and Sargent to 13. So midfield just smashed in there. Stroll getting a flag for track limits. And Stroll on soft, so he should have the grip to stay in that. Nine laps, though. This is coming down to the wire. Ferrari losing out on tons of positions and not making out any ground here. Might even lose some here. Sainz is... Oh, Perez is pushing. Not this time, but he does pull away. Jeez. Sainz loses. And Albon's pushing onto him. Albon just passed Sainz. Sainz just lost 2 positions. Perez in 7th. And Leclerc passes Sainz off that as well. Sainz just lost 3 positions there. Stroll's driving at Austria. Oh, man. Now, there's still some movement here. Stroll pushing past Gasly, or trying to. Sainz, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with Sainz there. Hopefully he can get this grip back, because he is not in it right now. He might be completely out of the points at this time. 7. Oh, man. 8 laps left. Leclerc needs to start pushing. No, an elbow on at least. Come on. This is nuts. I'm going to have to listen to all the podcasts now talking about Ferrari and how they screwed it up again. Unfortunately, Piastri doesn't look like he's getting his podium today. Just getting screwed over, I think, by that safety car. One of the losers, but a 4th place. Best showing for him. Huge points from McLaren this weekend at this point. Yeah, that's... And Albon with the softs is still just doing so well right now. Leclerc's falling back. Oh, and Sainz passed by Gasly. My lord. Sainz makes it back, though. Oh, man. Well, it's fun if you're not a Ferrari fan at this point. Gasly trying to get A points for Alpine. Ocon out. Magnussen's out. So neither team looking to pick up points. Ooh, what happened here? Gasly's having issues now. He looks like he's about to maybe retire. He's very slow. Oh, yeah, he's out. Alpine is completely done for the day. So Alpine looking to start decent. Doesn't finish at all. Very up and down, that team this year. David saying, I think Norris is safe now. The Mercedes lost advantage in the first laps, and the hards got the temperature. Absolutely. But Piastri's probably not making that spot back, though, right? That's kind of what I'm upset about. I would have loved to see that 2-3 from McLaren, especially the rookie. And Perez now into 6th. Perez saving it a little bit today, isn't he? Ryan Reynolds punching air right now. Well, I mean, his money hasn't made a difference yet. Okay, so they're showing Gasly again. Oh, hit Stroll. His rear tire, I think, just got knocked out. Yeah. Oh, it was his front wheel that hit? But yeah, immediately he felt something wrong. So that contact is under investigation with Stroll. The car looking to score in any case today. So Alonso trying to fight back that spot, staying within. They're both on soft, so that's going to be a good fight there for 6th and 7th. Leclerc starting to gain on Albon. 5 laps, though. Not much time. Leclerc trying to make up a couple points. Yeah, and here's Gasly coming in. being retired. Oh, yeah. You see, even on the rim, there's a chunk missing. Okay, so Leclerc starting to close on Albon, but there is DRS there still for Albon on Alonso. Russell getting track limits flag as well. So one more mistake there. He's obviously trying to keep the push on, seeing if he can close that 2.5 second gap to Piastri, but I don't think he will. They do look good on hards. Shakira, again, they keep on talking about Shakira this weekend. Does she have something with Hamilton? Does it really matter? I don't care. Let's look at the race. Hamilton, yeah, he might go for a really hard push for the past few laps now. 4 to go. Made up a bit of time there. Leclerc, though, can he do it? You're running out of time. Like, it is a Williams. It's a Williams, guys. Perez gaining 9 positions, though, today. Norris getting a flag for limits. Clark is starting to close in a bit. He's got to take it. He's got to push on. Yeah, it's 3 laps, guys. Let's just push. Everyone's got to push. Let's go ahead and go down to the final lap, I think, for some of these guys. Hamilton making 4 spots up today. Perez with his 9. So who do you give driver of the day to? Is it still Norris for holding on there? Is it Hamilton for getting that podium? Perez for saving a bit of face? Again, if he qualifies properly, he could score so many more points. He might start slipping into 3rd as well in the driver standings, Perez. So they're showing Leclerc on Albon now. Six-tenths behind. It's okay. So Lance Stroll is getting a penalty plus 5 seconds. That would have been for the collision with Gasly. So 5 seconds. Again, doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. '50th lap. Man, Leclerc just can't push on. And why? I'm still going to say, why didn't they put the softs on? Shaking my head. I'm doing a lot of head shaking today. Verstappen hasn't completely pulled away, though. Only 3.3 seconds ahead. Must be taking a little bit easy at this point. Yeah, Mamma Mia Ferrari. Frustrating. Very frustrating. 2 laps. Verstappen is going to get win number 43. Oh, this Florence Pugh person is doing the flag wavy thing, checker flag. Again, who cares? Don't care. So 3 cars out today. Fair bit more than usual this year. Leclerc's a little bit closer, but not enough. It's just not enough. Nuts. It's nuts, guys. Ferrari fans, shake your heads. Brutal. I mean, Albon does have, he does have the DRS. But man. But, I mean, if you're a Williams fan, why isn't he overtaking Alonso? Will be a last lap dash between the three. They are pushing as hard as they can. So here it is, final lap coming in. Leclerc's a little bit tighter this time. This is it. Let's go. Oh, it's getting tight. It's getting tight. He's going to go for it. The pressure is very much on if Albon holds off. But DRS here. He's in defense. Leclerc looks like he's getting this. No, not quite, but makes up some time on him. Continuing through. Oh, can't get through this turn quick enough. Not good enough. Albon, to be lauded for this performance. Let's see, though. Hearts racing a little bit here. Keeps it exciting. Do you love Williams livery this weekend? And Max Verstappen takes pole. Norris coming in second. Amazing. Hamilton taking the third place position with Piastri doing very well this weekend with his McLaren team. Very cool. Then comes in Russell. So all the English still doing all right this weekend. Perez saving a 6th place. And you have Alonso, Albon, the disappointed Ferraris, Leclerc and Sainz, 9th and 10th. 3 points for Ferrari this weekend. Sargent in 11th, Bottas 12th, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Zhu, Sonoda, and De Vries. Gasly, Magnussen, Ocon with DNFs. That is the British Grand Prix. Max hits it once again. No surprise. Biggest losers, Ferrari. Very impressive by Norris, Piastri, McLaren in general. Silverstone does not disappoint. Guys, thank you very much. Applause McLaren. What a race. Absolutely. That was very cool. All right, guys. Well, it is my Sunday. Unfortunately, I'm actually away for work this week, so we probably won't see me till next Saturday. So it was fun. I'm going to enjoy my last day at home here before I head out. And thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. And catch you in a bit.